So DoD won the first one, which is on GDM's map, and DoD have chosen the second map, which is Marsh, everyone's favourite map. Fast-paced, high hunt, not too open, not too closed. Just quite an interesting map, really. You normally have one rear town centre, and one town centre more forward in the sort of marshlands. So we have, excuse me, GDM on the right-hand side, playing Oranos and Oranos. On the left, we have Oranos again, Blitz at the top, and Shelty's playing Loki once again. So it's similar to last time, 3 Atlanteans and a Norse player. Hopefully this lag from Blitz isn't too bad for the players. There's usually lots of relics on Marsh. It's quite fun. Now, looking at the town centres briefly, everyone's rear town centre looks fine. Teal's forward town centre is a bit defensive. It's basically nearer to green than it is to Teal, which is a bit crap for him. But I don't know if you need an aggressive town centre as Oranos anyway. It's not a huge problem. It's obviously useful if you're Egyptian for mercenaries and things, and also Greeks can make heroes out of them, so that's always nice. These two are actually quite close, red and blues, so there could be some interesting battles around here. That forest is probably going to be a sort of natural barrier there as well, so that could be quite interesting. Depends where the gold mines are. See, this one's well, it's not the best second gold mine because you can get them like right inside your towers on this map, but it is protected by a tower, so it's a good second gold mine to have. Blue possibly doesn't even have a second gold mine. He probably does, he just hasn't found it yet. He's got one pretty safe one back here. Teal doesn't have a close gold mine, but there's always quite a lot of gold mines on Marsh, so it's okay. And yeah, this is what I was talking about. So this kind of gold mine is just perfect because it's basically a starting gold mine, but it has twice as much gold in it. So it can really help if you want to, well, it can help for a lot of things actually. It means you can basically lose ground and not worry about having to find a safe gold mine for twice as long, which is always good. And it's great for booming players as well, or like Egyptians if you want to do a fast heroic or whatever. Usually if you do a fast heroic, then especially as Ra, when you don't have Ancestors Eclipse to get a second gold mine, your initial gold mine will run out like shortly after you put your Migdal up and make a few chariots. So, and for grabbing a second town centre and everything as well. Gold is very, very important. This town centre is a bit awkward just because it has this lake in the middle. So basically, Shelty has to go around this way or that way to get to it. So it's not really directly connected to his home base. So that could be interesting. I don't know if we're going to see any rushes, probably not on this map. It's too easy to defend, I think. We're probably just going to see maybe 4:30, 4.5 minute advances. Yeah, from the Oranos players. Although red doesn't have, yeah, there we go. Slightly behind, 10 seconds or so, but they're probably all going to get up about the same time actually. Between 4:30, 4:45. It's the kind of trend these days to advance to the second age very early. It used to be the case that anything pre 6 minutes was fine, but it's definitely no longer the case. You're looking at anywhere between 4 minutes and 5.5 minutes, depending on strategy and race. So if you're doing a fast heroic as Egyptian, you don't really want to advance too early, because it will hurt your economy. So sort of 5 minutes plus is better. I generally do a 5.5 minutes if I'm doing that. But it depends who your opponent is as well. So, I don't know what the point of going for this straggler tree is. He's got a whole really nice forest back here. I don't know. Let's have a look at the relics before everyone gets to Classical Age. This is my favourite relic as a Ra player. 10% cavalry and chariot archer hit points. It's a very nice relic to have. This one's pretty damn good as well. It's like a free economic upgrade for gold. That one's okay. It's not brilliant. Basically gives you a tiny boost in archer HP. 10% villager food cost. This one's... I'm not actually sure about this one because, like, on the face of it, it seems quite good because villagers, like, you have to make loads of villagers anyway. So if you're making 80 villagers, that's like, what, 4,000 gold or something? I think. So 10% of that, 400, it's not a bad saving. But I don't know whether it actually has any kind of effect, or a big effect on the game. Okay, so both of these players have used Valor. I don't know why... I'm not really sure why GDM has gone for an aggressive Valor here. Basically, you can either do it on your oracles, like both of these players have done here, or you can just do it at home on your first sort of 3 Termers or Mamillos. And then you get a free hero villager as well, a hero citizen, which is, well, it's okay, it's not brilliant, but gives you like a tiny economic boost early on, and then late game they're not that useful, but as long as you're not at your population limit, can't hurt. So blue's basically just being forced back here. Didn't really do anything. I do wonder whether this town centre is going to be important or not. Because it's not in a good place for teal at all. Any other relics? 6-unit line of sight. Yeah, this one's really nice. Like, line of sight is so important because scouting in general is so important. Especially for people that don't have sort of natural scouting units. So like Egyptians, like you can make your chariots actually scout really well. I don't actually know what it does to oracles, whether it actually extends their maximum line of sight or not. It might do. But yeah, especially if you've got like a raiding party of Termers or raiding cavalry, then being able to see much further is really, really useful. Because the whole point is you're trying to find villagers, so it's a really nice shockwave. He's probably just going to go for this. And a counter shockwave. So Red's army is superior here, but because of the timing of the shockwaves, Blue might actually be able to push him back a bit. See, the problem Blue has here is that he doesn't have any heroes, and Red has 2 Prometheans, so it could be a problem. And Green's gone for Fawcetti with Hall of Flames for fast Hersir. So probably just... He's got a lot of Hersir actually. It's kind of the only strategy Loki can do, which is a bit depressing. It would be nice if he could do more things, but I mean it's quite effective. Just spamming Hersirs everywhere. Obviously he'd like to raid with them, but at the moment they're kind of on defensive duty because yeah, he's probably going to lose a fair few villagers here, and yeah, that shockwave is really going to screw him over. Red and Blue just having a little chasing match here. So they both want control of this centre region because of the town centres and the gold mines as well. Most of the gold mines are actually down here, but again, I don't think the game's going to last long enough for that to be significant. Because you have a fair few back gold mines on Marsh, so Blue did lose a fair few units there, and he's picked up this. That's a really nice relic as well. So basically, you get 25% off your caravan cost, which is much better than the 10% off villager cost relic, but it also makes your caravans 10% faster. So that's like half of the coinage, is it? The upgrade, the Mythic Age upgrade. But you can get it immediately, so you don't have to wait for Mythic Age. You get some faster caravans, that's always good. Effectively, it just means your gold rate is 10% faster. So, especially in team games, that's pretty awesome, because trading in team games is ridiculously good, because you get like a 50% bonus, I think, for trading with an allies town centre rather than your own town centre. So, like on this kind of map, you wouldn't be too worried about trading if it was 1v1, but because it's a team game, like you'll probably see trading before the gold mines run out, like well before the gold mines run out, because it's just so powerful. It's just more efficient basically. And green is probably going to lose a few units here. It's not really paying attention to this area. The red isn't really doing any pushing at the moment. Neither's blue. Just kind of happy to wait where they are. So red might try to town centre because he has a more forward position here. If you can stop blue from pushing back, which you might be able to do. So he's just basically running around, drawing fire. I think blue's... Well, these armies are quite similar actually. Blue does have more heroes, but red has more myth units in the first place, so... Teal's trying to make some walls here, but he's lost a villager. Walls are very, very strong in Age of Mythology. I mean, they're really cheap, they repair really quickly, and they build really quickly as well. Yeah, and they've got like some really powerful upgrades as well. Every wall upgrade basically doubles the hit points, the starting hit points. So that's pretty good. So walling key locations like here basically give you quite a nice defence. Especially on a map like this or watering hole where you have the water as natural barriers. So Teal was actually fighting back with his villagers here, which is usually not a good sign, but I think he will win this battle. Blue, meanwhile, has forced red back. See, neither of them really has map control here because there's no buildings. Like, they each have a manor, and that's it. So they started to make some military buildings or town centres up here. They'll be in a stronger position. Back town centre for blue, going up. That's the first one, I think. Let's just have a quick look at the chat. Yeah, a lot of people don't like Atlanteans just because, although the last civilization to be added to the game in the expansion pack, and just everything about them basically seems, what's the word, just easy really. Like, their villagers take far less micro, they have like a really fast ranged unit in the classical age which no other civilization has. Their economy is really good early on, so they can do strategies like fast Titan and stuff. I don't know, some people think they just don't take as much skill, which is probably true. But Teal's being pushed back here. Now, if Teal finds this gold mine, I wonder whether he'll try to actually take a few units out or just run away. Because it's a trade-off, because if he tries to take out some of these villagers, which he probably could, then his army's just going to die. So at the moment, all he's really accomplishing is kind of scouting the area, which is okay. It's better than nothing. So this is something you should always try to do. If there's like a lull in the fighting, then just basically take some of your army, the part of your army that's most suited to raiding preferably, and just go around looking for villagers, or just scouting in general. We have a pause. A pause for what? Okay. What was the other thing I just read? 5 gold mines, yeah. That does happen quite a lot on Marsh. Not in single player, you don't see it very often, but in team games you do get this quite often where there's just a mass of gold mines in one particular place. But I don't know, I don't think, like I said earlier, I don't think it's that important. I think the town centre placement is more important, really. Unless it goes to like really late game, which, I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest. We haven't had like one key significant battle yet. Red and blue are both kind of exchanged units, and green's just been defending against teal, really. Let's check economic upgrades when we have some time. So teal did end up getting that cheaper villagers relic, which is alright, and he has the line of sight relic as well. So yeah, you can see like his villagers have probably double the line of sight they normally do. I don't know how much they 18. Okay, yeah, because it's radius. Yeah, so it's not double, but it's a lot. You can see how far his army can see. It's pretty far, and it's really mobile as well, so that's nice. Fair few upgrades here. So yeah, it's good that a few of them have gone for the relics. Sometimes you see maps like this where there's a lot of nice relics and people just don't bother. I mean, it's easier for some civilizations than others. Like obviously Loki can always get relics without any problems. Ironically, he doesn't have any in this game. If you're Greek, then you have to kind of sacrifice early pressure usually. So you get like the best archaic age unit in your first hero, which if you advance early enough and can use it to sort of raid is good. But if you want to get a relic, then you can't really do that. So that is definitely a trade-off. Although you could get the relic later, I suppose. And then if you're Egyptian, you have to basically... Getting relics with the pharaoh is never a good idea, unless you're doing like a sweep as Ra. So basically you have to wait until you get the Hands of the Pharaoh upgrade. Which, I don't know. It's a nice upgrade actually, but I think most people get it too early. Like it's only, unless you're trying to get a relic, in which case it's fair enough to get it. It's 75 gold for like 2 range on a priest, which already has like a lot of range anyway. I think it's something like 12 in classical, maybe, and then like 19 in heroic. I guess there's not too many other upgrades to get at that point, but. Red's going for his rear town centre here. So Red has lost, he hasn't really got an army big enough to push forward for this town centre. And Green sent his entire army up here to take out. There's 10 villagers here. 11 even. Oh, and he's used flaming weapons. They are all going to die. That is it. This is the end. This is the end of these villagers. That's 5, 6. Another one. I think that's 7. Is he going to find this town centre? Because he could take it out if he attacks it. No. Oh, it's going up. That is unfortunate. He's not going to get any more villagers, but that is a ridiculously good attack. So Teal was basically... Well, he sent some of his units up here to help us. Where is this? He's got a lot of idle villagers here. I don't know where his termers went. Maybe they're all dead. But I wouldn't have... I mean, you shouldn't really fight flaming weapons head on like this, because all of his units are just going to die. It would have been better if he just took the opportunity to raid, especially because he must know like where this gold mine is now, for example, because of that sort of sweep he did earlier. Just go and take out some villagers while your opponent's army is nowhere near their base. These birds are going to be pretty strong here, especially because red's still in classical. Yep. So he doesn't get Arcus, which is the best unit really against these, as it seems. Or you can get your own birds, I guess. What is he doing there? He doesn't have any heroes, this is the problem. This is mostly myth units, so his whole army is just going to get crushed. So blue did lose those 7 citizens, I think. But he does have 3 town centres, so he can get them back decently quickly. And teal has found green's gold miners. I thought DoD were in pretty good position here, but they're definitely under pressure. I think red needlessly lost a lot of units there. I don't know why he did that. And there's a couple of villagers inside the town centre, so that's good. Why? What's going on here? Oh dear. Rubbish. I don't like this either. Like just random farms. What is the point of that? I guess they were already there, but surely you could just make some farms around your town centre. Right, these ones are okay because they're protected. But if these are ever found, it's kind of screwed. So green has no ranged units whatsoever, being Norse. And even his myth units can't do anything against these birds. The only thing he can really do is make towers, which get a bonus. Ah, blue's resigned. What? Okay, well that's disappointing. Well, I think that just counts as a loss, but that is disappointing because I wanted to see what was going to happen here. Green was about to bring the pain on teal's base, but these birds were really hurting green's economy.